Hey, my name is Glenn. I'm an addict. Just some quick announcements before we start. If you haven't checked in yet and you don't have one of these official lanyards and badges and a fancy flashlight to shine your light tonight, please go to the table there. I know some people came in a little later, and we'll get you checked in. There are lots of beds here. You don't need to camp out or anything. Even if everyone showed up today that was registered, we still have lots of beds available. We have the whole camp to ourselves, so it's just us. So take over. Yeah, we still got to respect the place, though, right? And related to that, if you're a newcomer or you got a newcomer package, or someone bought you your campership here, if you can be diligent and volunteer to clean up, like after dinner. We got a lot of cleanup still to do. We postponed it to after this meeting. But if you can help out cleaning up, we had some guys set up the chairs here today, and other guys set up tables that were here earlier. So that's really helpful for everyone. Someone paid for your way here. We donated money. People bought the most expensive cheesecakes you can buy, right, to get you here. So let's honor that. And then the camp wants to do us a favor. They felt that it wasn't ready for us. It totally looks fine, but the guy was really apologetic, and he said, "I want to offer something to you guys." He's offering a ropes course for us to do tomorrow, but he wants to know if people are interested, and he's going to lead it. He's like trained in it. Ropes course. It's like jumping from heights to try and reach a handle 10 feet away, and then you're going to fall. It's fun. It's fun, yeah. But if you're interested, let us know so we can tell him to set it up. He is trained in it, so it's pretty good. It'll challenge you for like your own fears, and it's safe. He's not going to let you fall far. And we also have kayaks that they're letting us rent out. Not rent, it's part of our fee. They're letting us use tomorrow. Flag football. Jeffrey brought 3 stand-up paddleboards. So if you've never tried that, it's kind of fun. It should be really hot tomorrow, so it's a perfect time to fall in some glacial water if you want to. But it should be a fun time tomorrow. There's a big chunk of free time in the middle of the day, so take advantage of the space. Take advantage of our free time here. It's a retreat. We're going to leave our busy lives back home for a couple of days. I drove down here with someone. He said, "I'm going to turn off my phone for the weekend." I thought that's smart. I'm not, but I thought that was pretty smart, right? Because he wants to just focus on the weekend on recovery. Did I miss anything? Yeah, we do have a campfire meeting tonight. We're going to try and put another hole in the wall. A couple years ago, we built a fire so big that it cracked the bonfire wall. And so, I'm not saying someone here did it, but someone here did it. So, yeah, we're going to try and see if we can put another hole in that bonfire wall. No, Kevin, thank you for. This sounds weird, but Kevin, thank you for your wood. For that. So, all right. So again, my name is Glenn, and I am an addict. I know I don't look like an addict. I feel like I look like someone that would tell on you in elementary school, or like, "Teacher, you forgot to assign us, the homework." I am that guy actually. But anyway, it just shows that NA does no cookie cutter an addict. And addiction affects anybody, any person, even someone, especially someone like me. My clean date is March 29th, 2016. I just got 7 years. Thank you. I owe a lot of that to my sponsor. I have a sponsor here. He has a sponsor. I call him almost every day. Sometimes he says hello. Sometimes he says, "Now what?" But that's the relationship we have. We can joke like that. I appreciate that. Narcotics Anonymous has helped me stay clean. The relationships I've made here are amazing. They help me stay clean. Most of my friends are from recovery. I don't have many friends from that are normies. I don't have many of those. I don't even my family. I don't really consider them friends. They just don't understand. But I also know that being clean doesn't just mean not taking drugs. I learned there's more to that in my recovery. I'm just going to give a quick history of how I came to NA, or how I came to recovery. I remember it was Easter week, 2016, and a friend had challenged me to stop doing drugs, and I thought, of course I can stop. I'm not a drug addict. I know drug addicts from TV, from Hollywood. I'm not hanging out on a railroad in the corner. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm a teacher. I wear glasses. I'm not a drug addict. Of course I can stop. And so he challenged me that Easter week, and that week I was like sending him text messages of like, oh, I read this verse today. Praise God. I was totally like a really good Christian boy. That whole Easter week, and because I wanted to prove to him the whole week, right? I wanted to prove to him I'm not a drug addict. Look, I can stop, right? And I went every day. I would pray every day. I'd send him a prayer text to prove to him that I'm not a drug addict. And then Easter came. I went through that whole week. I went to Easter service at church, and then Monday night I'm in bed, and the thoughts. We all know the thoughts just hit me. Just the, I need to use, and I convinced myself, Glenn, you went a whole week, Jesus, I remember praying to Jesus. I'm like, Jesus, I don't know what to do. And I swear, he told me, Glenn, I'm proud of you. You went a whole week. Use. I'm going to reward you. You're my favorite Christian in Bellingham. Go ahead and use. And I was convinced Jesus told me to use. So I called the people that I call, and yeah, I relapsed, and that was early Tuesday morning. I went to work that next day. I don't remember how I got to work because I was coming down, and Wednesday I was on a plane to Michigan for treatment. Part of the deal, and I told him, yeah, I'll go, but I'm not going to go somewhere in Washington. I don't want to go where someone knows me. I want to go just somewhere far. And I went to Detroit, Michigan, and because I just wanted to go away and then come back like a totally different Glenn. But I didn't want anyone to know where I was going. I didn't tell my work. I told one person in my family. I didn't tell anyone. I just got on this plane. I had no idea what I was getting into. But when I got there, I remember I was in line at lunch. I got there right at lunch, and I was in line, and I'm standing with my head down because I'm just ashamed and just like, how the hell did I get here? I should be on spring break, not in Detroit in March. And the guy in front of me is talking over his shoulder. Oh, you're the new guy, huh? Yeah. My head's just down. I'm just in the daze. He's like, oh, where are you from? I'm from Seattle. Oh, I said Seattle because no one knows Bellingham. Even my family thinks I'm in Alabama. I'm like, no, that's Birmingham. So I just, so I told him Seattle. He goes, oh, I'm from Washington too. Oh, really? Where are you from? Oh, I'm from Bellingham. So my head pops up. I'm like, oh, actually, I'm from Bellingham too. He's like, he turns around. Oh, hey, it's good to see you. And we knew each other. We had the same circles, right? And he goes, I don't care why you're here. I'm just glad you're here because that means you're getting help. And that kind of changed my attitude about treatment. It's nothing shameful. It shouldn't be something embarrassing. Like, I'm there because I need help. I need professional help. I can't do this on my own. Jesus tells me to use. Of course I'm going to use, right? So treatment was good. I was there. The website said 4 weeks, which is a lie. I was there for 7 weeks, but they thought I wasn't ready after 4 weeks, or maybe my insurance was really good. They wanted more, but I was there for 7 weeks, and I learned about addiction, and yes, I am an addict, and and how I use drugs not as my solution, or not as my drugs were my problem. Drugs are my solution to my problems. And I remember there at treatment, they said your first year, don't make any big goals. Don't just do one day at a time. Now I know what that means, but just don't make any big goals. And so I made a goal to run a marathon. Stupid decision, right? But there was a marathon that my family was going to. This was May when I got home, and my family was coming. There was a marathon in Honolulu in December, and I thought, oh, I can do this. It's just running. All you need are shoes. And so I didn't prepare. I didn't train. I don't know what I'm doing. I remember showing up there at this treatment. At Honolulu, I was wearing board shorts and a tank top, and I had these DC skater shoes on. And I'm seeing these other people with like short shorts and dad running shoes, and like things that went around their waist with all these like gels, and all these like you guys are dumb. That's all just extra weight. What are you doing? I had my hotel key card and my phone for selfies, so I had to prove that I'm there, right? Pics, or it didn't happen. I'm like, you guys are dumb. What do you have all this stuff for? You just keep running, and it was good. I remember when they shot the fireworks at 5 a.m. They have to start early because Hawaii gets super hot, and they shot the fireworks, and I'm just running, and I'm just happy, and I'm like, everyone's high-fiving each other. It's really festive, right? I'm just running, and let me see here. Let me get my notes here. But yeah, I was keeping up a good pace. I was with my sister, actually. She invited me to go because I told her I wanted to run this marathon. My mom was there also. She met me at mile 5 in front of our hotel. The path happened to go in front of our hotel, and I took selfies with her, of course, and I just kept running, and I felt good. Mile 8, something happened down here. There was chafing. I didn't know what chafing was, right? I learned the hard way what chafing is, but I was stubborn. No, I made these goals. I went to treatment. I can do this. I'm just going to keep running. And I was still keeping up with my sister, who trained. She got the short shorts and the funny shoes, and she knew what she was doing. And then at mile 10, the sun came out, and I didn't wear sunglasses. I didn't have any sunblock on because I didn't think it was going to take that long. I thought I'd be done like by 9. I had no idea, right? And I started to doubt my decision. Why did I do this marathon? This is so dumb. They said don't make any big decisions. I run a marathon, not a 5K. No, a marathon, 26.2 miles. What am I doing? In skater shoes and board shorts and a tank top. Everything was chafing at this point. It wasn't just down there. It was like everywhere, just everywhere. And I found this medical tent, and I tell them what's going on, and he goes, well, all we have is Vaseline. I'm like, okay, that's, a lubricant. And so I just put it everywhere. Well, Vaseline is petroleum, and it burns on exposed skin. It just made everything worse. But if I put more on, it'll just be like a slippery seal, right? I'm just running, right? I'm just doing this. So I kept doing that. My pace definitely slowed down. My sister left me at this point. She's like, I don't know what you're doing. You're running like you're on a horse. I just didn't want anything touching any other body parts. But I needed to stick to my goal. I kept thinking, no, Glenn, you made this goal. You went to treatment. You got to finish. And I'm looking at people, and there's some of them are laughing still and smiling, and like as if it was still 5 a.m. and the fireworks are going, the hula girls are waving you by, and I'm just like, man, my dick's gonna fall off if I keep going. It's gonna, I don't even want to look down there. It's just a bloody mess, I'm sure. you know, and and mile 14, I'm like, I don't want to be here. I'm in Hawaii. I should be on the beach. I should be enjoying this. I shouldn't be in the middle of this freeway that they closed down with other people trying to run. It was just horrible, right? But I kept going. I ended up walking as slow as I can. I don't know where my sister was, but mile 18 was already more than halfway. And then next thing I know, I saw mile 20. I'm like, oh, I'm getting there. And then I saw mile 26. I'm like, oh, just 0.2 miles to go. And I made the finish line. And at the end of the finish line, yeah, thank you. And the finish line, there's this hula girl. She gives you the medal and a lei, and she takes a picture of you. And I'm just like, yeah. And I'm trying to smile. I'm just in pain. And I know she can smell the Vaseline and blood that was just like wafting. Because at this time, it was like 2 or 3 p.m. I took my time. There were still people behind me, but I took my time, right? And I'm not telling you this, you know, to gross you out or make you think of my bloody balls. I'm not. But it's in your head right now. I know it is. You know, I'll make a relation to this. Let me read out of the big book. Did I say big book? The blue book, or literature. It's called How It Works, page 19. Our only hope is to live by the example of those who have faced our dilemma and have found a way out. Regardless of who we are, where we came from, or what we have done, we are accepted in NA. Our addiction gives us a common ground for understanding one another. As a result of attending a few meetings, we begin to feel like we finally belong somewhere. It is in these meetings that we are introduced to the 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous. Okay, so I'm going to compare that marathon to my first year in recovery. I know there's a lot of newcomers here. You know, the purpose of our retreat from the very beginning was always to service the newcomer. It was always to show the newcomer, you belong here. We're here to support you. There's a place for you. For this weekend, you're safe, and we're here to talk to you, to show you that there is hope, you know, in recovery. So my first week home, I remember going to my first NA meeting, and I had announced myself, and they all started clapping. Well, remember, I walked in, you know, I looked like this. I walked in, you know, everyone's wearing black baseball caps, neck tats, and, you know, piercings here, and I'm just like, what? Is this my life now? Like, do I have to get a neck, which neck pack should I get, right? Like, I wanted to belong, right? And I'm like, but you know, I'm just looking around like, is this what recovery is? Is this what why I went to treatment, what I learned? Is this what I'm gonna be doing for the rest of my life? I couldn't believe it. I didn't want to. People hugged me. I remember my sponsor met me at that first meeting. He said, this is his story. He said he was watching me. He was across the room. He was watching me, and he remembered right when the meeting ended, and we were like circling up and chanting. Right? To me, it was just chanting. I know what you guys were saying. I'm like, what the hell? How does everyone know what they're saying? And they're like closing their eyes and saying it. They're not even cheating and reading a book, or like everyone knows what this chant is. And he said I turned around and like jetted out. I remember he grabbed me and he goes, "Where are you going?" I go, I'm going home. He goes, "No, you're staying. We're gonna go get donuts and we're gonna talk." Okay, you know, don't beat me up. You know, but he like invested in me, right? That was my first meeting, and I remember being excited to go to NA. I remember being excited to be in recovery. You know, 2 or 3 meetings a day, sure. What? You know, my sponsor's buying me a book. This is a book he bought me. I still have it. It's tattered and torn. You know, I can't believe he was buying me a book. He bought me a book, a workbook, the green and gold book. He really wanted me to stay and be invested in NA. Now, you know, set up chairs, wash mugs. Yeah, I'll do that. You know, I was happy. You know, just like the beginning of the marathon, people were cheering me on. There weren't fireworks at NA, but definitely people were happy to see me. I mean, people hugged me. I wasn't used to that. Total strangers hugged me because I showed up at a meeting. I even got a keychain, right? Just like my mom at the marathon, you know, giving me a high five and taking a picture with me. Like this group of of NA people were just hugging me and happy to see me. And then, just like in the marathon, chafing started, but I'm going to call this emotional chafing because it hurt. Stuff in my heart hurt. The honeymoon phase was gone. I hated meetings. I see the same people. We talk about the same stuff. I never shared. I just sat and stared at people and just thought, this can't be what recovery is. I don't want to be here. I started compromising. Oh, I can skip today. I went to 3 meetings, early on. I can make up for that. I can skip today. I just don't have to use. I started making deals again, right? And then my car got towed, right? Because I went to treatment for almost 2 months. I came back with no money. I didn't know how I was going to pay my car, and I remember. I'm glad my work took me back. But when I got off of work that one day, my car was gone, and I swear I thought I had a friend who worked at a car wash, and I thought this is how self-centered I was, or I am. I thought he took my car and washed it because I was doing such a good job of going to meetings and washing mugs. And so I call him, hey, do you have my car? He's like, no, why? I go, you mean you're not washing it or detailing it? He's like, no, why would I do that? Oh, nothing. All right, I'll talk to you later. So I called Bellingham Police Department, and they have, it got towed. It's down in Bothell. I'm like, where the hell is Bothell? Right? And so my car's down there. I don't know how I'm getting there. I have no money. I'm just like, I didn't know how to get. I took the next few days off of work. I remember there's an airport or shuttle that went down to the big casino, and so I had enough money to get the airport or shuttle down to that casino in Everett. And I'm on that airport or shuttle. I'm on Craigslist on like ride shares. And I explained my situation. Hey, my car got towed. I'm on this big bus down to this casino. I need to get to Bothell. If someone's there that can, meet me, I'll pay you. God, please, anyone, help me. And I'm praying. And then, ding, I get this email. Hey, I'm actually right behind your bus. I'm a Uber driver, but I won't charge you. I looked it up. It's about 20 miles from the casino to this place. How about $20? Okay. Wow, God, thank you. Thanks for taking care of me. And then also the day before, my tax return had just arrived. All of it went to the payment of my car. I had to get it. I owed so much money, but it was just enough. And I remember thinking, if I just keep doing the right thing, it'll work itself out. And then there was more emotional chafing. I went to this wedding in Florida, and my place got robbed while I was away. And that's partially my fault because I had invited a friend from treatment. Hey, come to Bellingham. We can do sober living together. We bought those P-cups from Amazon. We were like, going to meetings together, and we, do each other's UA. Okay, we're gonna take this trip off at the same time. Hey, we're clean. Dump the pee. Of course we're clean because we're just watching each other, right? And I thought, I can do this. I don't need to live in a sober living, house. I can do right here with this friend I met in treatment. Gosh, that was so dumb, right? Like, who thinks that? And I was gone to a wedding, and I came back. My Xbox is gone. With the camera, remember that camera that they had? My Wii is gone, my iPad's gone, my car is gone. He had my car too, and I'm just crying. Like, why did I do this? Why did I do this to myself? The car that I that God helped me get, right? The car that I was on the bus, texting someone to come help me get. I did get everything back. He apologized. We went to the pawn shop and got all my stuff back. I had to pay for it, and then he paid for it over time. But still, I was just like, man, this recovery sucks. Like, if I never decided to go to treatment, I never would have met this friend. I never would have said, hey, let's do sober living back in Bellingham. We can do it. I was just doubting recovery. I was doubting NA. everyone was fake, everyone's a liar, I don't want to do this anymore. And just like running at the 18 miles, I just wanted to give up. I regretted making that decision to be clean. But this marathon, like there's an ending to it, right? 26.2 miles, you're done. You get the picture with the hula girl, you get the medal. In recovery, there is no finish line. Today is my 26.2. Tomorrow is my 26.2. I don't get a medal. I don't get a hula girl. I just get to live another day, right? I just get to do that. There are some things I learned from this, from running and from being in recovery. Remember, I was making fun of all those people with the fanny packs and the gels and the short shorts. Like, they know what they're doing. I need to trust the people who are experienced. Yeah, I need to trust the old timers. They know what they're doing. What do I know about recovery? I was fresh out of treatment. I need to trust my sponsor. Trust the old timers. So what if they wear dad's shoes, right? ask for their advice every once in a while. I learned I need to rely on trusted friends. I had a friend who locked up my place after it was robbed. I saw the whole thing on a camera, and I had him go over there and lock up the place and change the keys. I met a great sponsor. He kind of helped me go through that. Tell me you'll still survive. At least you have a home. At least you got a place to put your head down at night. I learned it's okay to ask for help and for advice. It's okay to listen to people with experience. Now, people will ask me a question. I remember being so doubtful and so is recovery the right decision? Is any the right decision for me? And of course, the old timers would tell me, yeah, this is where you should be. And now I'm getting those kind of questions. I get to field those questions because now I have experience. Yeah, it's just 7 years, but I do have experience in recovery. I have a story, right? Just like everyone else. I don't need a neck tat. I don't need a black baseball cap. I earned my seat in NA. So what if I tell people when I was a kid, right? I can take this off, right? As an adult, I earned my place here. I don't need to prove myself. I've been clean for 7 years. I do it one day at a time. I doubted it at first. I remember that first meeting also, there was a lady who had 35 years, and I'm just like, oh, that bitch is lying. No way. Some of you guys know her, because then I saw her at another meeting that my sponsor took me to, and she's there again. Oh, I got 35 years. How long is she going to ride this wave, right? Just celebrate and move on, But there's a reason she does that. You got to let people know it's possible to get 35 years. It's possible. You just keep doing the right thing, taking it day by day. I'll get as much time as her if I just follow in her footsteps. And maybe when she said it again at a later meeting, maybe that message wasn't for me. It was for someone else that was new at that meeting that didn't hear her message the day before, right? Why is it all about me, right? I need to realize not everything is about Glenn. I'm really grateful for the committee. We've worked hard on this year's retreat. We were supposed to have it last year. COVID stopped it because the campground got COVID. The workers here got COVID. They closed also the year before. We've been the same committee for 2 years now, maybe 3 years, and it's such a good team. I rely on those people. They're not pretty like a hula girl, They're not. I'm not going to take a picture with them at the finish line, but I know that they're there to support me. This committee is there to support me. I really appreciate it. I have friends here. I have really good friends here at NA that I made. When I chafe, they chafe, right? When I hurt, they hurt. You know what I mean? We can lather each other up in Vaseline if you want to. No, we won't. But I just appreciate the friends that I made here. It's lifelong. I turned 50 back in February, and I got to celebrate with some friends, and most of the people there are from NA, and it was good. It was good to see that. I didn't think I would have that kind of life in recovery. So thanks a lot, you guys.